Hi, I'm Lawrence Ong and founder of Math Learning Groups. And today I would like to share with you about up and coming online lessons that I'll be doing for your child, especially if they are in primary 5. I'll be doing paper 1 lessons, right, to help your child do well for paper 1. So you can see that this is how I look like for those of you who have not seen me yet. So I'm an ex-primary school teacher, and so I specialize in teaching math, primary math. So for these coming lessons, which is on every Thursday, I'll be doing the paper 1 lesson. So why do I do the paper 1 lesson for the P5 students? It is to give them enough practice because the P5 students, it is their first time taking the SA2 math exam. So because throughout the year, there's no official exam for them. So they actually wait until the end of the year for them to be officially tested. And it's a full paper for them. And it might be a bit overwhelming. All right, it might be worrying for the parents also because it is like their first time taking this paper 1, paper 2 exam. So I would like to give your child more practice on this paper 1, and also for you for you to see how well they do for their paper 1, so that they have enough practice, they have adequate practice for their year-end exam, so that when they when they do their school paper 1, they'll be more confident. All right, so let me just tell you more details on these paper 1 lessons. Now you can see that if you're keen, let's look at the left side, okay, the left and the right. Now you can if you're keen to attend my lessons, you can call me at my number. Right, my number is over here. And if you want to find out more about my tutoring service, this is my website. You can go in to explore what's in the website and what do I teach and what is my philosophy and whatever. Okay, you can go there and take a look. Now, for the lesson schedule, all right, every Thursday, it will be every Thursday starting next Thursday, the first week of September, all the way until the end of October. So it'll be Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. for 1 hour. And the lesson fee is $40 per lesson. So if you want your child to come for 8 lessons, then you just have to take $40 times 8. So you do not have to attend all the 8 lessons because your child may have their exam earlier. So maybe you just need about 5 lessons, 6 lessons, or 7 lessons. So you just look at your child exam, the calendar, and see how many lessons you need for your child. So it's not compulsory to have 8 lessons. Or if you just want to have 1 lesson to see how it looks like, it's fine. All right. Okay. So what is the focus for this online lesson? What do we do? Now, in these online lessons on Thursdays, I will revisit and revise the basic and the concept. It's like the first level, okay, the first level of understanding, because your child may not have grasped the concept, so that's why they have a lot of mistakes in their paper 1. In those questions, they are quite simple. So we will revisit and revise those basic and the concept, and we will also talk about how to avoid careless mistakes. Yeah, why do students make mistake? And sometimes it's not really because they don't know how to do, but it's because they are careless. But on the other hand, it's not also because they are careless. Sometimes we say they are careless, but it's also not because they are careless. It's because they really don't know. So we have to be able to recognize, right, the difference between being careless and don't know how to do. So in this lesson, I will tell them or teach them how to avoid careless mistakes. So to avoid careless mistake, you have to be aware of what they are. So we'll talk about that during our our paper 1 lesson. And we will also talk about shortcuts and tips on how to cut down the extra steps. Because sometimes when we do math, you can see that there are different ways of solving and getting the same answer. So the best way is usually the most effective way. And the most effective way is the way that has lesser steps and still logically correct. So we will talk about how to use shortcuts, how to be more effective in our solving. And that will also help you in your paper 2, because your paper 2 builds on your paper 1. So if your paper 1 doesn't have a good foundation, then your paper 2 will be very much affected. So we will also talk about methods and heuristics on how to solve the harder questions. Paper 1 is usually the easier version, the easier kind, but it doesn't mean that all the questions are easy. There will be some questions that are quite challenging, and we can still use methods to solve them. So this is our teaching focus during our online lessons. So what is our classroom rules? Okay, now you can see that if your child is coming for my lessons, number 1, make sure that your child name is registered right? You have told us that you are coming, your child is coming, and you have to use your child's name to enter the meeting room. And all videos must be turned on, means that I must be able to see your child's face. It has to be visible, right? And there will be no toilet break because it's a very short 1 hour lesson. So in this 1 hour, it's just teaching, right? Talking, teaching, and there will be a QA session. So the QA session will be at the back, right? At the end of the lesson, which is after 1 hour, right? For any students who wants to stay back to ask questions, in between or during the 1 hour, I may also give some intervals, right? Short intervals of QA, right? But we can't spend too much time to, right, to talk about answering those questions during the 1 hour because it's strictly 1 hour. So we try to finish in 1 hour. So if there's any questions that I cannot answer because it takes a lot of time to explain, then we will have to wait until after the lesson, right? Otherwise, in that 1 hour, you will see myself teaching most of the time. Okay, there'll be no recording. All right, so what happened is when you come for lesson, there's no lesson recording. It will only be provided if you are absent. For example, if you have made payment, but you are unable to come for the lesson due to whatever reasons, then I will send you the lesson recording. And but however, this lesson recording will only be available for 1 week. After 1 week, then it will be removed. Okay, it will be taken away. So you have 1 week to catch up, right? To catch up. Okay, so otherwise there's no lesson recording for all the Thursdays paper 1 lesson. Okay, and you can see that what happened if your child's name is not registered and they try to enter, or if their face is not visible, all right, then you will find that I will have to remove them. Okay, because when I teach my students, I would like to see their faces. I don't like to talk to a black screen. So I will prefer all faces to be visible, otherwise they will be removed. Okay, but I will let you know, okay, after the lesson that your child has been removed because I do not want to disrupt my lesson. So usually whatever that happens, any feedback, whatever, after the 1 hour lesson, then I will let you know. All right. Okay. Now, if you are keen for your child to attend the lessons, how do you register? You have to decide the number of paper 1 lessons that you want. Then you WhatsApp me, right, at my handphone number to indicate your interest. And you make your payment after we have replied you. So if we don't reply you, please don't make the payment. So we have to reply you to let you know whether there are any seats because there's a cap size of 12 to 15. So after more than 15 students, I will have to start another group because I do not want the group to be too big because 12 to 15 is a little, I would say it's too big, but it's also not small. So if it's more than 15 students, I will have to let you know that we will have to start on another day. Alright, so make your payment after we have replied you, and then after that we will send you the Zoom details and the Google Classroom. Okay, why do we need to use the Google Classroom? Okay, so this is where the reason, okay, for using the Google Classroom. So before coming online every Thursday, what you have to do is you will have to go into the Google Classroom, download and print the assigned school paper. So we are doing school paper 1s. All right, how come not Mr. Ong lesson? How come not my own materials? Because many parents, they want to compare, right? They want to compare how their child does in other schools. So if I give you my own materials, then you will find it hard to compare with other schools. That's why I will prefer that you have a look at those actual school paper 1. Then you can compare to see whether your child's school and the other schools are they about the same, right? Because if your child has done better in your school paper 1, right, and then didn't do well in other school paper 1, so what does it tell you? It tells you that maybe your child's school paper 1 is a little easier, maybe, right? So it's quite misleading to let us know that oh, my child has improved, so that's why he has done so well. But actually, the paper 1 could be a little easier. Or on the other hand, your child didn't do well for paper 1 because it's very hard. So then you get misled. You get misled thinking that my child has become lousy, become worse. But when your child does other school paper 1, they are doing quite well. So your school paper 1, your child's school paper 1 could have been harder. So I would like you to have a look and compare with other school paper 1 so that you can find the average performance, all right? And then you can gauge roughly how your child will do for paper 1, all right? Okay, so you have to download the school paper 1 from the classroom, and then what happened is you have to complete, right? Your child has to complete the paper 1 within 1 hour as much as possible, so that you keep to the exam format, Alright, the exam condition is 1 hour for paper 1, so try to complete in 1 hour. What happens if your child can't complete? Then never mind, just keep doing. Okay, don't leave the question blank, just keep doing. But next time, try to complete in 1 hour. And then the most important thing is you have to scan the paper, alright, in PDF format, not to take photos. Do not take photos of your child completed work because I need to mark the paper digitally. So you have to scan the paper 1 in PDF format. Alright, so if you're not sure how to do that, you can message me and I will explain to you how to do that. And then you have to upload the completed papers into the Google Classroom by a given deadline. So of course you don't submit on Thursday because Thursday will be the lesson and I will need time to mark. So I will usually give a few days before the lesson for you to submit. So maybe on Tuesday you will have to hand in, or Wednesday. Okay, Wednesday, latest by Wednesday you have to hand in your papers, and then I mark it and I return back to you before the lesson starts. And then on that day, what will happen? You will take your completed papers, which is marked already, and then just go through with us. Alright, as we teach the lesson, you can actually do your corrections because you have marked your papers already. Okay, so your paper will be marked and given back by Google Classroom also 1 day before the online lessons, so which is on Wednesday. Okay, so this is basically what is going to happen for every Thursday. So this is what we do every Thursday. So you have to download the test paper every Thursday, go through the routine, alright, do the paper, scan the paper, send to me for marking, I return back to you, and it repeats. Okay, this repeats. Alright, for the 8 lessons. Okay, so if you are keen, alright, if you are very keen for your child to come and attend my lessons, then do give us a call and I will reply you and I will let you know whether we have any vacancies or we need to start another day. Alright, so thank you for listening, and just to let you know also that that we will be going heavily into online lessons, right? Maybe some of you you find that you cannot come to my place for lesson because it's too far, timing doesn't match. So what do we do? Then I will be coming up with many online lessons, right? And also short-term lessons to cater to your child's learning. So you don't have to come to my place, and you don't have to commit yourself to a certain time, right? Because I'll be having a calendar. There'll be a variety of lessons at different days, different timing for you to choose, all right, so that we can cater to your child's schedule. All right, so if you are keen, do give us a call and we will come back to you as soon as possible. All right, so take care and see you on this coming Thursday.